back, and we 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 and we back, and we back.
So now we're gonna talk about like two of the most iconic quarterbacks ever. Tom Brady versus Aaron Rodgers. I just want to give out a little bit of background on these guys. Tom Brady, 6 Super Bowls, 30-10 in the playoffs. Tom Brady just overall better, in my opinion. He has to go after being down 28-3 in the Atlanta game. That's when I deemed him to go over Peyton Manning. Aaron Rodgers, 10-8 in the playoffs. Since 2010, since he won the Super Bowl, he's 6-7, and since the Super Bowl in the playoffs, I believe he just throws a whole bunch of Hail Marys that people just have to catch for him. You know, I don't believe this guy's that good. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get right into it. I believe this is gonna be a good debate, and we're gonna start off. Actually, today we're gonna start off with Dan. Who do you think is a better overall quarterback, Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers?
Michael Vick.
What?
I'm playing.
We're gonna go with dog.
So for
Peter,
Drew, you know,
I still want the sponsorship.
So Drew, you know me, man. You're not the only Peyton Manning fan. That was my guy. That's my guy from the Colts. That was my guy a little bit on Denver. You know, I couldn't hate him. I viewed him over this man at first, but then I came across Super Bowl 51. And then I thought that the Atlanta Falcons were going to take care of business and literally permanently destroy that New England Patriots defense and offense. And then a guy by the name of Thomas Brady willed his team back from a 25-point deficit in the third quarter, I might add, and willed his team to a victory on the grandest stage of them all. Now, let me just tell you his stats, by the way. He threw 2 touchdowns. You look at it, you're like, oh, 2 touchdowns. Okay, that's just 14 points. He threw 1 interception. Dang, so that takes away that touchdown that he threw. But out of 62 passes, he completed 43 of them. He threw for over 466 yards. And if you look at that game, especially the very last play in overtime, he took his team. It's not just about those touchdowns you throw. It's also about the yards and how you get down to score the touchdown. And what he did on that in that OT, when they got the ball and they won the toss, he took his team down, patiently waiting, took his team down, and I believe James White scored the game-winning touchdown. So from that point, I still hate the guy. I still hate the guy for what he did to my Colts, both when Peyton Manning was there and when Andrew Luck was there. But I got to give credit to where credit is due. I like Tom Brady. Now, I will not disregard Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is a great quarterback. He does a little bit. He can do a little bit more with his legs. But Tom Brady's just proven too much for me to just say that, oh, Aaron Rodgers is better. And Aaron Rodgers has some big shoes to fill.
Okay. Aaron Rodgers has some big shoes to fill. Hey, Brian, since you're our guest, what do you think about this debate right here? Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers is so bad.
All right. I just had to get that in there. Perfect timing. Thank you. Gonna get my guy, Stephen A., letting y'all know. He's a bad man. All right. So I'm going to go with man. All right. So I'm going to go with the facts are facts. Tom Brady, we're going to say he's the greatest of all time. But I'm going to say that physically, Aaron Rodgers is a better quarterback than Tom Brady. Tom Brady's got it going on mentally. A lot of players have said you have to prepare differently for Tom Brady because he knows what you're going to do before you know what you're going to do. You know what I mean? He's the hardest guy to game plan against. And he's got all the statistics, the accolades to prove why he's the best of all time. But I will say that, and greatest. I'll go to what's that?
Greatest.
And Look, I'm gonna go with what my guy Shannon Sharp had also said about Aaron Rodgers. When talking about the two, he said, yes, clearly Tom Brady is more accomplished, but here's the thing. We've never seen a guy in the history of football that possesses what Aaron Rodgers possesses. Nobody and no quarterback in history has the touch, the accuracy, the ability to throw the ball moving left or right, from the pocket, out of the pocket, throw the ball to different planes of the field. No one can ever do what Aaron Rodgers does with the accuracy that he can do it with. He said Tom Brady dreams of making throws that Aaron Rodgers can make. Aaron Rodgers can make every throw Tom Brady can make. Tom Brady can't make every throw that Aaron Rodgers can make. He can only dream of doing it. Now, that's not to say that Tom Brady might not go or is going to go down as a worse quarterback than Aaron Rodgers. I think physically Aaron Rodgers is better. But I think we can also argue into the cases. Let's talk about who Tom Brady has on his side. Well, until he signed with Tampa Bay. Who he had on his side for every game of his career. Bill Belichick, the greatest coach of all time. I think that's a big difference in where the two are at in their career and the accomplishments each have had, as well as Aaron Rodgers has not had the teams, the talent, or the coaching that Bill Belichick has had. And I think if you put Aaron Rodgers in a similar situation with the same team that that Tom Brady was in, I think Aaron Rodgers could do exactly what Tom Brady did. I think he could have just as many championships. And I think statistically, he'll have better numbers if he was in the same situation.
So if it's just Bill Belichick right now, right? If I just got a question for you, just to interject before I get to Lee and Terrence.
Go ahead.
If it's Bill Belichick, if the Patriots go 4-12 this year, what does that mean?
I think you're looking at a big drop off of talent in quarterback, though.
But you just told me it's the coach.
But no, I didn't say it's the coach. Tom Brady is a very talented player and quarterback, the greatest of all time. But he had better teammates around him, better coaching around him. What are the best players? Comparatively, if you look at the players that Tom Brady has had, all-star appearances, all NFL honors, Tom Brady's got way more guys that have reached those honors than Aaron Rodgers has reached. And I think that's the big difference.
But I have a question, too. I don't mean to cut you off, but...
No, you're good.
Just one question. I'm not sure, but did Jordy Nelson ever was he ever an all-pro receiver or no?
I believe so. Was he? All
right, that's all I had to say. You can carry on, Drew.
But is Jordy Nelson Randy Moss?
He had him for 1 year.
Besides Randy Moss, 1 year.
How many seasons, bro?
Has Aaron Rodgers ever had a player at the caliber of Rob Gronkowski?
Jimmy Graham was up there in his prime.
But Jimmy, I'm not even.
He was effective. He was effective.
No. Jimmy Graham.
They're not even talent. They're not even close.
But here's the
thing.
I'm
gonna say what I gotta say for my time.
Okay.
Hey, speaking of that, T, it's your time.
That's 6 ranks.
6 ranks.
6 ranks. 2019.
Really big team.
Not last
really
year.
Big rings.
The year before that, sent Mahomes home. As soon as we went to overtime,
homeboy,
you should have just cut the TV off. We knew Chiefs wasn't getting the ball.
They shouldn't even been in that situation.
Everybody knew that. We knew Kansas City wasn't seeing the ball.
A horrible penalty call is what gave them that chance.
But
Thank the refs. Thank the refs for that.
The greatest quarterback of all time. New England or not, he's going to do numbers this year. And this year, he finally has weapons. 2 1,000-yard receivers. Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. O.J. Howard, Rob Gronkowski. That's unheard of. You gave the greatest quarterback weapons. That's like putting LeBron with Chris Paul, Westbrook. Like, come on. That's a chip right there. And what is it an NFC West or is it the NFC South?
NFC South.
NFC South. Saints, sweet. Panthers, sweet. And I forget the last team. Who's the last team?
Falcons.
Oh, that's a sweet.
Sweet. Matty Ice.
The others?
Trash. But he's better than Aaron Rodgers. He's better than Joe Montana. I can go down the list. He's better than these guys. He grew up watching them, and he surpassed them. When your idols become your rivals, they can't see him. My man is going to have a gold jacket as soon as he is eligible to have one.
Oh, shit, we
4
know
years
that.
after he retired.
They should give him his jacket while he's still playing.
Are they going
Like,
to give
come
Aaron
on.
Rodgers a jacket now?
Aaron Rodgers, he will get a jacket, but it won't be as recent as Brady will. Aaron Rodgers might have gray hair.
Okay. All right, Lee. Let's go with you, Lee. Who do you think is better, Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers?
So first and foremost, when I hear us talking, I just got 5 words for y'all. RELAX. 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 It's as my man Aaron Rodgers said, relax. So here, first and foremost, after this year, we'll find out if it's the system that makes Tom Brady great, or is it Tom Brady that was just great. And then we'll find out for a fact. Let me get into that afterwards. This is what I'm glad I didn't hear today. Oh, Tom Brady got Gronkowski, but Aaron Rodgers had Devontae Adams. Please do not make that comparison. Devontae Adams has 1 year of 1,000 yards, and that was the 2017 season where he had 2,000 yards over 1,000 yards, like 1,300 or more, and then he had like 13 touchdowns. That was his best season. After the
Top 10 receiver right now.
He's top 10. I agree with that, but only because of touchdowns. It's not because of yardage. So, and that's because of Aaron Rodgers. If he was on any other team, he would not be a top 10 receiver in this league. Aaron Rodgers makes him what he is. He's accurate. He puts the ball right on the money. He puts it right on. And as soon as he gets it, 5 years in the league, Drew. Any elite wide receiver with 5 years would have had at least 2-3 years of 1,000 yards. Then I believe it was 2000 and I can't remember right now, but he stepped in for him, I believe in 2017, and it was during week 6 against the Vikings, and Anthony Barr hit him and gave him a broken collarbone. And during that year, Brad Hundley stepped in for 9 games. Let's see what Brad Hundley did. He had more interceptions than he had touchdowns. He had 12 interceptions. 9 TDs, and he had less than 2,000 yards, had got sacked 29 times, fumbled it 4 times. That's not Aaron Rodgers.
Is that the system or the player?
Huh?
Is that the system or the player, though?
You're arguing against
That's my
yourself.
point. Let's get to that.
I'm arguing against myself?
No, I'm answering it right now. Aaron Rodgers went 4-1 before that. They ended up going 7-9. 7-9 after Aaron Rodgers got hurt. They were 4-1 in the start of that game against the Vikings. They would have possibly went to the playoffs. We don't know. But Brad Hundley had a chance to step in and show that the system worked, and that what Mark McCarthy was doing, it was working. And the time he had behind Aaron Rodgers, he learned. We don't get the same results as we got when we got with Bill Belichick and his team. So let's get to now the top 10 defenses. Let's think about the Bill Belichick and the Patriots top 10 defense. Tom Brady had a top 10 defense in 2001. That's the one they won the Super Bowl. 2010, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015. 6 times. Just like those 6 championships. Interesting. But anyway, had 6 times where he had a top 10 defense. Let's see, how many times did Aaron Rodgers have a top 10 defense? 2009. And that was the same year that they lost to Arizona Cardinals at OT on 51-45. On that Larry Fitzgerald little screen pass that went over like 80 yards. Defense, right? That's top 10 right there. Bill Belichick would have never let that happen. So this is my point. We're not going to talk about statistics because you got to remember Aaron Rodgers is 6 years younger than Tom Brady. So we can't really talk about obviously what Aaron Rodgers didn't do in the playoffs still remains to be seen. And what he has done in the regular season, he still has a better quarterback QBR rating than Tom Brady. He has 102 and Tom Brady has 97.
In a tougher conference.
Huh?
In a tougher conference.
Okay. But and then the Vikings.
LeBron won the East. Aaron Rodgers
Vikings been the number 1 defense. Huh?
Who's in a tougher conference?
Tougher conference.
Okay, but and then I mean the Vikings.
LeBron won the East. Aaron Rodgers
Vikings been the number one defense, huh?
Who's in a tougher conference?
Tom Brady.
Vikings have a number one
His whole career.
but
Don't. You said the Vikings. We're not talking about Kirk. Kirk can't lead a Pee Wee team to the championship.
you just brought up defense. I'm talking about their defense. But my point is this: at the end of the day, it's got to be seen what he does with Tampa Bay. Because, like I said, right now for me, it's the system that makes Tom Brady great. Because we've seen what happens when he's out the game and he's been hurt, and somebody steps in. They have great seasons. I just mentioned some names that played after Tom Brady was hurt and still had a successful season. When Brad Hundley came in, it was T46.
So I got a question. So do you blame, like, how can I put this? So the play of Aaron Rodgers, when he plays bad, is it his receiver's fault or his? Or is it always his receiver's fault? Aaron Rodgers doesn't get blamed for nothing. I noticed that Aaron Rodgers he can do no wrong. He can
It's
do
the
no
LeBron
blame
effect.
for nothing.
The LeBron effect.
What's your?
So-
What do you mean he's playing bad?
So when a team, like this past year, the team struggled. They said that when I watched games, Aaron Rodgers missed receivers wide open. He escaped the pocket too fast.
What was their record this past year?
12-4.
12-4.
They played bad.
He had a bad year, but
Yeah,
What was his
Why
touchdown
his
to interception
statistics
rate?
Aaron Rodgers played bad, I believe.
he had a bad year statistic.
But what was his touchdown to interception rate last year?
I believe
I had
it's
to look that up.
yeah.
I believe it was like 40 touchdowns with like 6 interceptions.
Yeah.
I don't
Could have
think
been better.
or I don't think it's. Go ahead.
Here's my thing. I feel like y'all are all over the place because y'all want to say Aaron Rodgers, but y'all bring up the people he had around him.
I didn't bring up any.
You brought up the team defense. You literally said that you literally put out.
He
stats
hasn't
about-
had a crappy defense. His defense has been good.
But the Patriots didn't. I'm
It's
just
never
bringing up
ranked.
facts.
But here's what I'm saying though. We talking about Brady versus Aaron Rodgers.
So
not
let me
the
ask you
team-
this:
not
does
the
Tom
New England
Brady play
Patriots.
defense?
Huh?
Do you not win games with defense?
You do, but here's what I'm saying.
So
though.
you should say how many number one defenses did Tom Brady go against, and how many did Aaron
Talk to him,
Rodgers go
Drew.
against?
Talk to him.
Vikings is the top tier defense.
Because the Denver Broncos had a good defense. Colts had a good defense.
Yep.
The
The
Chargers
Jets
had
had
a
a
good
good
defense.
defense.
That's not even in their
Jets
division.
got the
The Jets
best
had
defense
Marty
for
and
about
DeVille.
5 years in a row.
He had to face
The Colts not even in their division. What do you?
No, but
Talking about
hold on.
teams he beat.
Jets fan here. In the years they had a top defense, their passing defense did not rank in the top 10
If
in any of those years.
No matter what,
And
about
DeVille.
5 years in a row.
He had to face
The Colts not even in their division. What do you?
No, but
Talking about
hold
teams
on.
he beat.
Jets fan here. In the years they had a top defense, their passing defense did not rank in the top 10
If
in
you
any of
still
those years.
No matter what, if you're still a top 10 defense in the league,
Those
you're a top
years
10
they had number 1 rush defenses, and they were top 5 total defenses. But if you look at their passing defense, it did not rank. I would say in a couple of those years, probably didn't rank inside the top 15.
I'm trying to understand what your question.
You mean it?
Or what Dan was trying to say.
So you
Yeah,
mean
go
to
ahead,
tell
Dan.
me? So you mean to tell me that top? So during those years that you're
We'll get.
during that time, please stay here and tell me.
You gotta say
You
it
gotta have to
again.
repeat yourself, bro.
Brady,
You go just say Brady.
Go
Montana,
ahead, Dan. You gotta say it again.
everybody else.
Oh, he's still stuck.
Yeah, we might have to end
What you
it.
trying to say, Drew?
No, I'm here. I'm back.
No, I'm
Oh.
Alright.
just trying to say. I'm
Go
trying to
ahead.
say is
Go ahead, Dan.
Aaron Rodgers don't give. I think they don't give Tom Brady enough credit for what he really
No.
do. His defense, they let up 28 points to 3,
28 points.
and he sucked. He came back and won that game.
But what did that defense do for the rest of the game too?
Play
Bro,
defense.
forget the defense. It wasn't the defense. It was
He got
Matty
it. Okay, you said that right during the Eagles and Patriots Super Bowl, right? He put up 500 plus yards.
He balled, but the defense didn't. The defense wasn't there.
Let Nick Foles put up 500 plus yards.
Right.
And they was the number 1 defense.
Okay, explain this then. You want all right? Mix the defense. If you don't want to talk about that, y'all just want
Okay.
This is what I said, and I specifically said this in the beginning. I'm not saying Tom Brady's not a great quarterback, but what needs to happen this year is Tom Brady needs to prove it. Because, like I said, the system.
So we have to wait until he's 40 years old for him to prove it.
The work, listen. Either way, he's obviously one of the top tier quarterbacks. We're not arguing with that part. What I'm saying is we're arguing about Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady, which I believe is the top tier of the top tier. Like Saints, obviously Drew Brees is in there, but that's who I believe. So my point is this. This year, we'll find out if it was the system that he was in with Bill Belichick, because it worked. I've never seen a system work as effectively as Bill Belichick's system has worked.
It didn't work in Cleveland.
Huh?
It didn't work in Cleveland.
It didn't work in Cleveland, but he didn't have.
But how long did he do that for?
2 seasons.
Keep forgetting that Bill Belichick coaches the defense. He's a defensive coach. He has nothing to do with
Josh McDaniels would be a better argument for y'all.
Bill Belichick manages the whole team's mindset and gets them in order.
Exactly.
So listen, this year, I only get to see Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. All right, so
that's the third matchup.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, we get to see Tom Brady in a different system for the first time versus a great quarterback. So I believe that's one of the biggest games that we will ever see. And I feel like that debate or I don't really think it's a debate. I think it's really the conscience of Aaron Rodgers will get to him, and we will see if he folds like he always did since 2010, since he won a Super Bowl. He's under 500 in playoffs since the Super Bowl. He hasn't done nothing.
6 and 7, right?
Yeah.
You know what they call that, right?
Huh?
Has been,
yeah.
The question I have is,
Super Bowl. I think he had 6 wins.
Did y'all see the San Fran game?
What have you done for me lately?
Did y'all see the San Fran game?
My question is, do we think Rodgers stays there if they don't win again this year? If they don't, win in the playoffs, does he leave?
I seen some reports saying he's going to go to Oakland. If he goes to Oakland, he might as well buy a house out there because that's where he's retiring.
For real.
I think we got an interesting debate to continue throughout the rest of the season.
Yes, we do.
Like I said, for me, it's about this year will prove Tom Brady what he does in the NFC South. I'm not saying that it's not what he's done in the AFC East isn't already proven. What I'm saying is we still need to see it because, like I said, he's been under Bill Belichick. That's something that everybody's still talking about. How Bill Belichick
AFC East had better defenses.
He has had better defenses. Patriots.
I think that
he's played against better defenses, is what I should say.
I think the NFC. I would argue the NFC North's division or teams are better than what the AFC East has.
I was gonna say the Bears. Come on.
I don't think the
Vikings.
You got the Dolphins and the Jets.
The
Dolphins and the Jets over the past.
When the last time the Bears been good?
What other top tier defenses are
I'm
there?
talking about the defense.
Okay.
The Bears, the Vikings,
is good.
the
But again,
Seahawks,
they still go 6 and 10.
the Niners.
The Dolphins, Jets, and Bills haven't really been great teams in
The
Brady's
Bills
whole
were
career.
actually good this year.
So this year, before that, how long ago was it before they even competed? The Dolphins had like 2 years.
They made the playoffs back-to-back years, right?
Ryan Tannehill took the Dolphins to the playoffs.
That was, and what happened then?
He still took them.
Aaron Rodgers lost.
Did Chad Pennington take his team to the playoffs too with the Dolphins? What'd they do? Lost.
Did Matthew Stafford?
Chad Pennington.
Did Matthew Stafford take his team to the playoffs?
That's the only times the Dolphins were good those 2 years.
Matthew
The
When's
Jets-
the
Stafford?
last time Brady didn't make playoffs? Just let me know that.
Yeah, but I still agree. I still will have to say that
Oh, that's couldn't hear
division
me.
is weak. No, we heard you, Dan.
Yeah, you're doing like you got to charge it a little bit and come back.
Yeah, I got it on the charger right now. That's what
No, it's still bad, like real bad.
I know. 'Cause it's on the charger. I'll
All right. So this finishes our segment of this.
We know we got it. We know we got it. We know